Hi, I'm JoAnn with We Need Diverse Books.
And I'm Grace Lin, author and illustrator of many books, picture books, and middle grade novels. My most recent book was A Big Mooncake for Little Star.
And we are here today to talk about Grace's story in Flying Lessons.
So my story in this book was called The Difficult Path. It was a little bit different than some of the other stories in the book because it doesn't take place in the United States. It takes place in like ancient China, which I think was a little bit of a surprise for a lot of readers, but I hope you still liked it.
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like it's a world that a lot of people, especially in the States, who read books don't normally experience.
Yeah, well, we were given the guidelines for it. It was just, they said to do whatever you like, but to make sure that it showed how reading was important. And so I creatively went that way.
Yeah. And so what was the seed of inspiration for the story?
So the seed of inspiration of the story was there's a very famous Chinese pirate who was a woman. Her name's Madame Ching, and she's a real historical figure. She was such a famous and powerful pirate that so the only way to get her off the sea was for the emperor or the empire to pay her to retire.
Oh,
and I just thought it was so fascinating that the most powerful pirate of Chinese history was a woman, and that she was so powerful that the empire could not get rid of her, and that she actually had kind of a happy ending. She retired and lived happily on land with her huge severance pay from the government.
I never knew that.
So, and I always wanted to have a story with her in it. So, so she's not the main character in my book, but she is one of the characters that my character meets, and her life is changed by that.
Do you have any own voices recommendations?
I have actually I have quite a few, but I decided I would limit it to two because if I always feel like if you tell too many, then they all kind of blur together and people forget. So I want people to really remember them. The first one, the middle grade novel that came to my mind was The Parker Inheritance by Varian Johnson, which I just thought was just so great. It was such a fun way to kind of teach about American history, a part of American history that a lot of us probably don't know about, the Jim Crow laws, all those things, but in a really, fun way, which seems like a weird way to describe it, but it kind of takes place in kind of like this kind of game. So I think that was really, really a great book. And the other Own Voices book that I thought was really good, that I really loved, was Maybe Something Beautiful. It was the first book that I read with my daughter that we saw the end papers in the beginning, and in the book the city is gray, and this muralist comes and he makes the city beautiful. And at the end papers are all colorful, which shows that the city is beautiful. And when I read this to my daughter and we got to the last end papers, she was like, "Oh, it's so beautiful," and it like really made me realize the beauty of that book. So
that's amazing. I love that. Then just to wrap up, we're going to do a quick lightning round of questions.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Day or night?
Day.
Outline or freeform?
Outline.
Week to week or binge watching?
Week to week.
Typing or writing longhand?
Typing.
Excellent. Thanks so much for speaking with me.
Thank you for having me.
And everyone, please buy Flying Lessons. It's an amazing anthology. And we'll see you next time.